Hello, my dear Sun, Moon, and Rising sign Leos. I am Michaela, and welcome to my astrology channel, Todayenergy. This video is a special monthly forecast, astrological, of course, for you for the upcoming month of August. And of course, I wish happy birthdays to all August Leos. May you shine full of joy, full of happiness, and surrounded by love and success. Okay, Leo, so let's dive into this interesting month. At the very beginning, we have a hectic start, which could be very successful for you because the first days of the month, we have a triple conjunction in the sign of Taurus between Mars, who wants action, and it's very assertive, Uranus, who wants change, freedom, self-sufficiency, liberation, and Rahu, the lunar north karmic node. Rahu, who always talks about the future, the development, the progress. And so this conjunction happens at the 18th degree of Taurus. For you, this is your 10th house, and especially strongly, Leos, you will feel it if your MC, the cusp of your 10th house, is around 18 degrees of Taurus. Wow, that truly can mean that you are changing your life path direction, your career orientation. Maybe you quit your old job suddenly and you become a freelancer with a lot of passion, a lot of drive, a lot of enthusiasm and energy. Or you're keen to fight for your recognition at work, for better achievements, for better salary, for popularity. Yeah, all these planets can bring this. It's very likely that you would need to modernize your work environment or introduce internet, gadgets, applications, some modern tools to what you are doing. Maybe you're a translator, or maybe you're an astrologer, and you will purchase for yourself Solar Fire or Trados, some of those softwares which help people in their job. Very likely is that you might meet with other people who are progressively thinking, who are maybe specialists in modern technologies or science, and you might even collaborate with them. Definitely it sounds like a huge Leo jump, jump into the future, or at least so you would feel that you want it. But we have some complications, to be honest with you, because already on the 7th of August, Mars from your 10th house squares Saturn, who is currently even retrograding in your 7th house. We're talking about the backbone of our natal charts, about the cardinal houses, kind of the skeleton which supports our all personality and life plans and goals. So I would recommend you to check on my channel a previous video exactly about the retrogradation of Saturn this year. He will be retrograde till autumn, and it's really crucial for you because it's in your 7th house, which opposes your 1st house of self, of health, and of initiations. But in this case, it might mean this square, which is an intense aspect. It wants us to act, to solve problems in order to progress, make some achievements. But yeah, Mars in 10th house wants action, wants success in job, in career, move forward, fight for what's rightfully yours, fight for your dreams, for your place in society, fight for your status. Maybe you want a different status in which than you have now. Maybe you really want to divorce, to end the relationship. But Saturn is a planet, especially being in Aquarius, with a lot of stamina, with a lot of principles, quite stubborn. Leo, you're also a fixed sign. This is all fixed energy, so the resolution doesn't come so quickly and so easily. And besides this, Saturn is retrograde, so he's like, whoa, hold the horses. You have to be more prepared. Are you sure you're ready for this big position? Are you sure you're ready for this online success, for this collaboration with other specialists? Maybe you need to study more. Maybe you need to arrange properly and better your contracts, your deals. Maybe you need to talk with your lawyer, maybe you need to talk with your financial advisor or your psychologist or your astrologer before making the right decision. Maybe your partner would be against your career progress, especially if it would involve some relocation. Maybe you want to get married or legalize your relationship while your partner is a little bit hesitant. So give them time, really, and they want you to take your time as well, as Saturn is the lord of time and being in your 7th house. Maybe right now your partners are solving their own problems and going back to their past lives, families, and dealing with something like that before jumping into the future with you. So get some patience. You probably would need to restructure your partnerships, whom you can rely on, whom you are taking into your team, or you decide to collaborate with, and at the end of the day this will help for your status change and career improvement. But I would say the final resolution would come in late autumn this year, because in late autumn, for the very last time, we have the showdown, the square between Saturn and Uranus. This square was with us the whole 2021, and you see this summer as well. But for the last time they will form a square, which means for the last time we will feel this tension between I want to progress but I'm afraid, or I want to be independent but I'm not yet ready. So kind of thinking the things, preparing. Now it's a great time while Saturn is retrograde to reevaluate, restructure your partnerships and relationships and prepare to move forward in your social status, how the world sees you. On the 1st of August, actually, I forgot to mention, is a great day for you Leos, because your ruler, the Sun, makes a beautiful trine to Jupiter, the planet of luck, of support, of optimism and big happiness. And picture that, it's your 1st and 9th house linked through this trine, which are very pivotal and lucky houses as well. So this 1st of July, this day, might bring you really, and I hope it will bring you good luck, popularity, optimism, success. You can shine in front of public, in front of people, on social events, in internet. Depends what you are doing professionally. Maybe you are a teacher, a lawyer, so you will have some great success around the 1st of August. Maybe some teachers or lawyers or psychologists or overall maybe some male figures will help you, and especially for ladies, Jupiter might signify your significant other, your spouse or your future spouse, partner. So maybe you will meet such people, especially from foreign lands. On the 4th, Mercury goes into Virgo. So that means that your thoughts will be more focused for the next 3 weeks to your budget, to work, to make money. How do I make money? How do I spend money, right? And basically, it's a great time to make your accountancy and to keep an eye on your budget, maybe even prepare the budget for the year ahead. And of course, maybe you are investing money into some mercurial activities, which would be vehicle, travels, studies, online shopping, books, IT, some gadgets, some technologies. So basically that kind of, travels or vehicles I mentioned already. Maybe would be a great time at the beginning of August to do some online PR campaign, commercials, like popularize yourself if you do something on your own and you need a great bigger public. On the 9th, we have a little bit of a tough day, especially for women, I would say, because Venus from Cancer is directly opposing Pluto in Capricorn. Now, in a public space, it can mean some revelations, some news about strong ladies women in power, in leadership, in business, in government. On the other hand, because Venus represents money, so, and Pluto is like a detective with a big magnifying glass who really needs to dig to the truth and on nothing but the truth, even though it's ugly. So maybe we will have some gossip, like not gossips exactly, but news about financial money laundering schemes related to banks, to governments, corruption, most probably. On the other hand, it's a day for some people. It will be a day for huge financial success, because Venus is kind of the small funny money and the pleasure on daily basis, and Pluto is really a huge resources. That's why it signifies corporations, mafia, business, banks and government. In your case, though, we're Leos, we're talking about 12th, 6th house. So while Venus would ask you and like you to enjoy, to relax, some free time on your own, maybe going to a spa, going to a walk in the nature, meditate, maybe with other ladies on a yoga group, while Pluto in the 6th house wants you to take care of your daily responsibilities, arrange your routine. Pluto wants transformation, remember. By the way, he is now for last year, let's say in Capricorn, so he does all the best to finish his transformational restructuring job, in this case in your 6th house. So maybe there will be some revelations in your case about health. Maybe you'll receive kind of support and information from your subconscious or from higher mind, from meditations, about how can you overcome an illness, physical illness, Pluto in the 6th house. Maybe some spiritual practices would help you, especially if it's something psychosomatic, right? If it all comes from our mind, from our emotions, worries, anxiety, traumas, fears, and so on. As well, yeah, Pluto in the 6th might give you a lot of work, a lot of tasks, so you would have to balance the relaxed, the spiritual, and the daily activities, office work, clients. Your employees might need your help, your guidance. Your employers might put on you a lot of weight, a lot of work. So you have to be careful with your health regarding just burning out and being extremely busy and hence tired. By the way, this opposition is like a full moon, which means that it might bring some culmination, clarity, news, final point of a process that had started when these two planets were conjunct. And this happened 3 times, as Venus was retrograding in Capricorn and conjuncting Pluto for 3 times between December 2021 and March this year. So maybe you wish to remember, you want to remember what have you started, like a business work project or plan for relocation, or maybe you started work with a psychologist or some spiritual practices. But most probably it was in your 6th house, so yes, we're talking about rather work or health matters. So now they come to a fruition. Maybe you finish your project, you receive your big reward for your accomplishments. Maybe you quit job, you change job, you receive higher position, or you just take a sabbatic year to relax or go on holidays or on pension. And yeah, on the other hand, it might concern your health. So hopefully it's a final cure. It's getting rid of a bad habit for once and for all, for good, forever. Because Pluto here wants you as well to be very conscious about your body, what you intake, what you drink, what you eat. Do you take some toxins, like too much drinking or smoking, something like that? So here Pluto can help you overcome these addictions and bad habits. On the 11th, Venus goes into your 1st house, into Leo, so bringing you even more beauty, more charm, more diplomatic skills, so you will be extremely successful in forming friendships, relationships, and going for what you want, basically, dear Leos. Very charming, very attractive. On the 12th, we have a full moon at 19 degrees of Aquarius. This is your 7th house, and of course you will feel it the most if your DC, descendant, line is around 19th degree. This full, as usually, full moons of course do bring revelations, culminations, ending of some processes, clarity, and here we talk about your relationships. Maybe it's about people with whom you are mostly involved, your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, best friends, your business partners. They have some closures in their lives, or they achieve some high peak positions and peak moments in their processes and their activities. But also this full moon is the moon conjunct Saturn retrograde. So once again here we're talking about, in a sense, because the sun is in Leo, the moon is in your 7th house, so you will have to find a balance with someone who is rather slow or rather hesitant or very stubborn or going through their own things and not paying attention to you, while you would like maybe to have some fun and joy and share, and so, but your partner will be like, hold on, I have to rethink the things, I'm not sure yet. And yeah, it might be about personal relationships or business. So once again, patience is the key, and of course good non-violent communication. At the same time, this lunation activates the square with Uranus and the North Node in your 10th house. So once again, this impatience to start something new, to progress in your career, to learn maybe some new skills, new technologies, to form some coalition or collaboration with some progressively thinking, unusual, original, genius people. But maybe you'll have to first sign some contract or learn something or ask for support from your partners or end some previous partnership or collaboration before jumping into your independent sail. So that will require a bit of time. Again, remember, till autumn, most probably. Wow, the 14th, yeah, there you go. The 14th is this type of a day as well, because then we have the sun, your ruler, in your 1st house. That's clearly you, your agenda, your wishes, your plans, your initiations, and opposite is Saturn, who is pushing the brakes a bit, or you have to find a compromise. You might feel a bit criticized or frustrated. Of course, Saturnian energy sometimes is a bit heavy and pessimistic. But on the other hand, maybe you'll meet a person who is very much like Aquarius or Capricorn, who is with high social status, who is like a parent to you, and these people maybe will try to guide you with their own knowledge and experience. On the 20th, Mars goes into Gemini, and for you this is 11th house. So Mars is of course a planet of a lot of activity, sometimes also confrontations and fights. 11th house is about friends and like-minded people. Maybe you participate in some political or non-political organization, or just your salsa club, and there might be a bit of tension there. On the other hand, why not to take it positively and just invest a lot of drive and a passion and ambitions into forming friendships, into participating together with other people into some great group project. So you will be very proactive, organizing other people. Maybe it might be about internet activities. If you have a blog, well, on one hand maybe you will have to like fight with some haters, but usually I just try not to fuel such online debates, because anyways you don't even know these people. But on the other hand, maybe just there will be a lot of job and work and clients and publicity and popularity for you in the online space or on stage. 11th house is also the house of an income from work. So maybe you'll have to be more pushy and more assertive when you're demanding your salary from the career achievements, the work well done. And you know, it's important because Mars usually spends 2 months in each sign by transit, but as he will go retrograde this autumn, overall he will be in Gemini for 7 months till beginning of next year, right? Something like February, I believe. So Mars has a lot of agenda here. Maybe he needs to cut off you some people who pretend to be friends but are not really thinking positively for you, and maybe they're some secret enemies. And here Mars will help you, like, you know, literally, because Mars looks like a knife or scissors, so cut these people off your life. Or maybe you will be joining some group which is interested in fitness, in running, jogging, hiking, some kind of Martian sport activities, maybe class of martial arts, Bagua, Tai Chi, Karate, and so on. Hot yoga maybe. On the 23rd, the Sun goes into Virgo, that is your second house. So the Sun is your ruler. On one hand, for a month, you might be with this Virgo energies within you. So a bit more worrying, anxious about doing your job very perfectly well. You know, this is the trait of Virgo, being very much into the details, very careful, very helpful to other people. On the other hand, Virgo is your second house, so your attention is towards money making, money spending as well, budget, of course, belongings, possessions. So maybe you'll be buying something for your flat or the place where you're living. And last but not least, second house talks about our own self-esteem, and Sun in second house, of course, brings great self-esteem and sense of entitlement, sense that you are a good leader, that you are strong, and you have the right on your own opinion, and people to take you seriously and to respect you, of course. On the 24th, Uranus stations to go retrograde, but unlike a fast planet like Mercury, which stations for a day or two when people feel a bit confused with their minds, in communication, in travels, well, on this day, well, in case of Uranus, it's gonna be hanging on there in one specific degree of Taurus, the 18th degree, for several weeks, really. Let's call it 10 last days of the month. We all will feel the Uranian energy in the air. And of course, in public space, that might be news about science, aviation, astronomy, the space, you know, anything high, like high buildings, skyscrapers. It might be about genetics, and especially being in Taurus, maybe it's about food, protests, rebellions, revolutions, uprisings connected to goods, to food, to products, soil, lands, money, cryptocurrency, online bankings and finances. Kind of, we should be careful also with hackers, the people who can break into our accounts and so on. Very, very uneasy energy. Uranus always rushes into the future. Uranus wants the new, the exciting, the free. So yeah, kind of nervous excitement can be in the air. Your partners might feel a bit confused because Uranus is the modern ruler of Aquarius, who represents your relationships, personal and professional ones. And yeah, Uranus is stationing in your 10th house. So just as we were talking about the beginning of the month, there is something changing about how people perceive you, because 10th house is our reputation. So you might suddenly surprise everyone. On the other hand, maybe you're going into online business, freelancing, something related to IT, technologies, computer languages, computer sciences, aviation or astrology. Maybe you're tired of waiting, you want change already and independence in some sort. But yeah, around 24th is not the best time neither to jump to travel somewhere suddenly or to burn bridges, to fight with your old managers and bosses or parents, because 10th house represents usually a father figure or at least one of the parents, so maybe big change in their lives. But you know, keep it calm, because while the planet is stationing, it means it's not moving on the sky, so it's a bit confused, like a person who cannot go forward, cannot go backwards, right? So it's like, yeah, everyone look at this planet, but it's not super mega effective or in its own mind very well. On the 26th, Mercury goes into Libra for you Leos, that's your 3rd house. So your mind and attention goes into online space, social medias, trading, especially if you do online business, studies, travels, vehicles, meeting people, chatting, exchanging information, commercials, PR, advertisements, possibly, and of course maybe meetings and communication with former classmates, with your siblings, with neighbors. Maybe you're discussing something. On the 27th we have a new moon at 4 degrees of Virgo, and that's for you your 2nd house. So new possibilities for financial income, new sources of income, new work projects, new maybe a course for improving your public speech skills, to improve your self-confidence, and maybe you are buying something new for yourself or for your house. This new moon squares Mars in Gemini, so it's quite agitated new moon, possibly because of your friends. So they're like, come on, let's buy this, let's do that, let's make this project together, let's work together. Maybe it's about business collaborations. At the same time, Mercury, the ruler of this new moon, he is trining Mars. So on the 27th we have brilliant ideas, sharp mind, good focus, assertiveness while we're explaining ourselves. People very well can understand us without anyone being rude. So it's great time to negotiate, and especially about money, salary, finances, work, with people who are either your colleagues or business partners or HRs in the corporation in which you work, or some like-minded friends. And at the end of the month, especially 27th, 28th of August, we have Venus in your sign, Venus in your 1st house. That's you, so charming, so attractive, so beautiful, so positive, optimistic, seeking for love, for romance, for compromises and understanding with the world. Venus does the opposition with Saturn retrograde in Aquarius in your 7th house. Your partners, people you meet, are a bit more serious, reluctant, slow, you know, because Saturn is Saturn, first of all, so it's usually obstacles and delays. And now he's retrograde. Maybe you're meeting someone from the past, former partners, business partners from the past. Maybe you have to revisit an old contract, an old deal, and this opposition makes it looks like a triangle on the sky, Venus and Saturn both make squares to Uranus in Taurus. So you are so impatient at the same time that you might overnight decide that you need a change at your work. Maybe you want to go abroad or join a company, corporation, other people, or just become a nomad. Yeah, like nowadays it's quite popular. You just grab your laptop and you go to work from some island, for example. So yeah, Uranus can give also overnight success as well. So that's very exciting. That's very interesting end of the month. But just in case you wish to change career-wise and status-wise as well, but there is this delays from people you have to rely on. Don't get so frustrated, dear Leos. You have this fixed energy, you know patience, you know that good things need time and effort. So just try to negotiate. Venus will help you be very sweet, very charming, very convincing. Maybe you are dealing with corporations, with companies, right? Or with like elderly people or with higher social status. But that might benefit your career. Maybe you will convince them that you need your raise, that you deserve it, that you're really unique, talented in your field. So, dear Leos, that's how August looks like for you. Remember, final resolution comes in the autumn. And thank you so much for watching, sharing, liking my videos. I hope they are interesting and useful for you, helpful. Thanks so much for subscribing to my channel. I see how our small community is growing, which is a big joy and pleasure for me. And of course, once again, happy birthdays for August Leos. I wish you great month for all Leos, Sun, Moon and Rising. Successful, interesting month. Take care of yourselves and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.